1974's main event occurred on August the 9th, when Richard Milhous Nixon became the first American president to resign from office after he was faced with impeachment for his role in the Watergate scandal. The scandal began to unfold with the burglary of the Democratic National Committee headquarters in the Watergate complex in Washington, D.C. The subsequent investigation revealed that Nixon had known about the break-in from the very beginning. The resulting cover-up would famously become known simply as Watergate. During the 1972 presidential campaign, the Democratic National Committee had its headquarters in a Washington residential and office building that was known as the Watergate. On the evening of June 17, 1972, a security guard at the Watergate complex discovered a piece of tape on the lock of a door that led to the National Democratic headquarters. He removed the tape, but found it taped up again not an hour later. The guard immediately called the police, and several well-dressed men were arrested for breaking and entering as they rifled through the Democrats' offices. What looked at first to be a minor burglary was gradually exposed by two Washington Post journalists to have direct links to the Republican presidential re-election campaign and to Richard Nixon himself. The 7 men who broke into the office were tried and convicted in 1973. It was revealed they had been directed to break into and wiretap the headquarters of the Democratic Committee. The job was financed by Nixon's re-election campaign fundraising organization, the so-called slush fund. The Select Committee on Presidential Campaign Activities was a group convened by the U.S. Senate to investigate the Watergate burglaries. The committee played a pivotal role in gathering evidence that would lead to the indictment of over 40 administration officials and the conviction of several of Nixon's aides for obstruction of justice and other federal crimes. Nixon himself downplayed the scandal as mere politics, but when his aides began resigning, Nixon's alleged role in ordering a cover-up came to light in the press, the courts, and congressional investigations.
I had no prior knowledge of the Watergate break-in. I neither took part in nor knew about any of the subsequent cover-up activities. I neither authorized nor encouraged subordinates to engage in illegal or improper campaign tactics.
When it was discovered there was a system in the White House that automatically recorded everything in the Oval Office, the tapes were immediately subpoenaed. Nixon refused to turn over actual tapes citing executive privilege, but he did agree to release edited transcripts of some. Public outcry eventually forced Nixon to surrender the tapes, which revealed signs of his involvement in the cover-up, with 2 of the subpoenaed conversations not recorded and an 18.5-minute gap existing on a 3rd tape. Nixon initially believed it was his duty to complete his term of office despite the Watergate charges. But with his loss of political support and the near certainty of both his impeachment and conviction, Nixon resigned his presidency on August 9, 1974. After a televised address the night before and a tearful farewell to staff at the White House, his resignation took effect at noon. He left office with more than 2 years of his second term left to run. In his place, Nixon nominated Vice President Gerald Ford, and it was Ford who took the oath of office as Nixon's successor on that same day. One of Ford's early acts in office was to pardon Nixon for any federal crimes he may have committed while in office, freeing him from the possibility of indictment or prosecution for his role in the Watergate scandal. Accused of misusing government agencies such as the FBI and the CIA, and condoning crimes ranging from campaign fraud to improper tax audits, President Richard Nixon became the president that people loved to hate.